Are you ready to witness a property that defies your expectations? Imagine owning 2 HDBs legally. Yes, you heard that right. We are here in this incredibly rare 5-room adjoined flat, a hidden gem that has potential to net you 36k of rental income per year while you're staying here, or over 2 million of rental revenue over its remaining lease.
So where we are located right now is the Ang Mo Kio Avenue 5 park, and this park is just right across from where we are going to head up to, and this allows you to enjoy all the amenities right here with all the exercise station and strolling path for you to enjoy your morning walk or evening runs. Standing at 1464 square feet, 4-bed, 4-bath, and also potentially allowing you to craft up to 6 bedrooms with its own helper's room and also a utility and yard space for you to enjoy for your family. So without further ado, let's head up and check it out. So welcome to another BB home tour by PLB. So where we are heading up to will be a 5-room adjoined flat, and stay tuned with us as we will be sharing a lot of different financial strategies for you to potentially own this house and use this particular space as a rental cash cow.
As well as some really creative BB Reno ideas that you can showcase that potential. Stay tuned and let's start with the BB facts. We are at Block 182 Ang Mo Kio Avenue 5, a 4-bed, 4-bath unit standing at a total of 1464 square feet, remaining lease of 55 years and 2 months left. This block consists of 114 3-room units, 24 4-room units, and 3 5-room units. The entire of Kebun Baru Link 1 and 2 cluster has a total of 1,872 flats consisting a wide range of 2-room to 5-room flats. But within this whole cluster, just less than 6% of them belong to the 5-room and executive flat category, making it a rarer property type in this cluster. So just to share a brief history, if you remember, in 1989 there was an oversupply of 3-room and 4-room flats in Singapore. To address this, the government took a unique approach to combine these flats, and this is what arose to our jumbo flats. So there are only 2,900 of such units in Singapore, and jumbo flats blend in with regular 4, 5-room and executive flats in HDB resale transactions. So for these flats, you typically find them in Woodlands, Yishun, Jurong East, and a few scattered gems in Bishan and Ang Mo Kio. So fast forward to today, the concept of combining flats still exists, but with a key difference. While we use the term jumbo informally for such flats, the official term is actually adjoined flats for such type of flats that are not actually combined by the government. Now let's head on to talk about the BB floor plan analysis to have a closer look. Now, our flat is really unique in terms of its classification. It's interestingly classified as a 5-room adjoined new gen flat, meaning it's essentially 2 units combined. So for adjoined flats, if you pull up HDB's website, according to HDB's conversion of adjoining flat scheme, you can only pair 2 3-room flats or smaller. And this is exactly what we have in this unit. So if we were to pull up the average size of resale flats by flat type and lease year in Singapore, you'll notice that we are in a category sandwiched just between 5-room and executive flat sizes. At 136 square meters or 1464 square feet, we fall in a category of the largest 5-room flats that you can find in Singapore, which was limited to only selected few years in the 1980s. Which means that this property type is pretty rare in the historical context of HDB flats. So now if you take a look at the unit from outside, we are actually 2 units sharing the same 1 unit number. Homeowners are allowed to purchase 2 adjacent smaller units of 3-room or smaller and adjoin them. Unlike the 1980 multi-gen flats or the government-created jumbo flats, they typically do not have 2 official external entrances or 2 kitchens. But this is where this property really stands out, because uniquely these adjoined flats allow for 2 entrances and 2 separate kitchens. And with all that, it gives the owners an option to deploy a part-rent, part-stay strategy on the get-go. This is really powerful in terms of space usage, privacy, and offering you incredible versatility of how you want to use the space. So now let's dive into the BB location analysis.
So where we are located right now is right beside Ang Mo Kio Avenue 5 at the intersection of Ang Mo Kio Avenue 2. Mayflower MRT is just right behind us with just 10 minutes stroll away, and on top of the nearby park equipped with barbecue pits and fresh air around this region with this clear ventilation and unblocked view that you get to enjoy over here. Coffee shop is right below at the block, it's just less than 1 minute walk away. And if you were to prefer more choices for your food selection, you can actually walk 10 minutes away to Mayflower Market and Food Center, or even McDonald's at Mayflower MRT. With 5 minutes drive, you then reach Ang Mo Kio Town Garden West, Ang Mo Kio Central plus Library for a more air-conditioned mall environment. And with 8 minutes drive, you then reach Yio Chu Kang Stadium and also the swimming complex for your daily workout. Schools that are within 1 km, we have CHIJ St. Nicholas, which is one of the most sought after school around this area, Anderson Primary, Ang Mo Kio Primary, and also Mayflower Primary School. And within 1 to 2 click, we have Ai Tong, Jingshan, and also Teck Ghee Primary School.
So coming into the unit, you can see that this is one half of the unit itself. The dividing wall in the center is still retained, and this is originally what it was when the owner has bought the unit. Here there's enough space to put a 3-seater sofa and still built in a TV console right here on my right. And in my opinion, you can even put a 5-seater sofa right here. And there on the corner beside the main door, you still have space to put a sitting bench to don and doff off your shoes before you come in and out of the unit. Here there's a very longish layout format, enough to put a dining table set over here and a study table set over here, which the owner has done. More seating spaces, and it's combined seamlessly to the kitchen right to the end. What I like about this is that it's a single loading unit, which means that in front and back you get open space, and this allows a constant tunneling of wind coming through the unit, making it really breezy and bright. So where I'm standing right now here at the study table is where the original line where the kitchen entrance was. And now that it's hacked, actually the owner has made this additional living and study space, and the kitchen line belongs here. If you pull out the floor plan of this unit, you realize that many of these walls are actually hackable, and you can reconfigure it in many ways. In fact, we have 4 bed and 4 baths in this layout, and you have no need for 2 kitchens. You can convert this whole kitchen into an enclosable room or a glassed-up study, enjoying the additional ensuite bathroom right at the end. Alternatively, you can retain your ensuite bedroom as it is and reposition your study in one of the rooms closer to the entrance. With a glassed-up study, for instance, right at the entrance, I think it makes for a very unconventional yet aesthetically pleasing layout. Now coming to the kitchen a little bit more, actually the space is really generous. If you want, you can have counter tabletops on both sides of the kitchen and have a double door fridge and still having space for your dryer and washer. So here the kitchen is really functionally done as well. Ample storage, a tempered glass backsplash, a solid surface top, and a really nice simple wooden laminate finish throughout. Here you have a 3-burner stove and hood and a huge basin to support all your kitchen needs. The bathroom at the end here has tiled up wall and flooring with ample of ventilation because of the big and wide paneling installed there. I like it that there's a good distance towards your neighbours and also beautified by the greenery here, and ample space to hang your laundry over at my top internally and as well as externally over here. So if you take a look at the 5-room flat these days, it's hardly surprising that they barely cross 1,200 square feet today. Very typically, you get 3 bedrooms plus a bigger sized living room, which you can carve out a small space at the study, and thus called a 5-room flat. And this includes the living room. But here you have 4 regular bedrooms, 2 of them en suites, 2 kitchens, 2 living rooms, and 2 stores. Even if you compare with the 3-gen flat that you can get these days, for example, a typical layout like this, they typically have 4 rooms, 3 baths, and an average internal floor size maybe about 115 square meters, or in other words, 1237 square feet. Ours is bigger at 1464 square feet with 1 more bathroom, living room, and more storage spaces. So there are only a few non-hackable beams in this unit, and if you want a bigger space, you can actually take down this middle dividing wall, combine 2 living rooms together, and this is really amazing because you can transform your flat from this 3-room flat to look like this or this. I want to say that it's such a luxurious layout because it's actually larger than a 5-room or a 3-gen flat that you can find these days. Incredibly big and spacious, and also super efficient because after combining the space, you realize that there is no space wastage. It's essentially like a dumbbell layout with bedrooms on both sides, and there's 0 space wastage that is used for your walkways or entranceways. So this is what I really love about this unit. Now as we look at this corner of the house into 2 bedrooms, further ideas that you can expand the space is that you can collapse this store and bring in the storage from both of the bedrooms right to the center so that this maximizes the space of your bedrooms each. So rooms here are spacious, pretty squarish in nature, can accommodate 1 king size bed and still have side tables. You can have your study area inside. The master is the same. Right here, it already fitted with a king size bed setup. Of course, if you want to shift in the cabinetry towards the center, that will allow even more space for our side tables. TV setup here or a small study over at the corner. Toilet is done pretty well done and functional as well. We have tiles on the walls and all the flooring is being redone. A good simple functional use toilet with ventilation as well. So now let me have Seng Huat to show you the other side of the unit.
So with all the analysis and the showing of this part of the house, let's head to the other side. So coming right through here, the corridor, we'll come to the second entrance of this particular 5-room adjoined flat. So stepping in right here, this will then be your living space. So with this portion of the house being identical to the other unit, we can actually retain the other side as it is with the living and kitchen space. So if you have a big family, you can actually carve out a few rooms right here within this space itself. And one of the ideas that we have for you is actually to carve out this space. From this wall line, you can adjoin this particular wall line all the way back to the kitchen, up to here. And this will give you a very, very good space in terms of a common bedroom. And this allows you to fit in at least a king size bed and also some cabinetry space, as well as a study table itself. And with that, let's head to the kitchen. If you are family with a helper, with the wall line being here for the 5th common bedroom, you can actually use this space right here to craft out a utility room itself. Either this portion or this particular portion right here, so they can create a helper's room or even a utility room. And with that in mind, how will you then create an entrance from your kitchen on the other side to the common bathroom right here? So one of the ideas that we have is actually to knock down this particular wall, combine this with the other side of the house, and this will then allow you to have this entranceway to come into this particular area, and you can set this up as your yard area. So you can actually put in your washing machine right here, stack your dryer up here, and you can do your drying right here. And if you think that this particular 5th bedroom is not enough for your family and you require a 6th bedroom, there's another idea that we have is to create another bedroom right here. And with these 2 bedrooms being crafted already, this wall line will then create this corridor that links you from your living room all the way to your 4 bedrooms right here. You can choose to either seal up this door or you can just leave it as it is, so the person that is staying in this particular room can actually enter from the outside as well, even though they have a room door right here from the corridor itself. So it gives you a dual access, and if you have a large family, this can also be turned into a room rental for your potential tenant to come in through the corridor itself. So after talking about some of the potential ideas that you can craft your space into a big family kind of setup, let's head to this common bedroom right here. So coming in right here, you'll notice that this room is huge as well with its own attached window, so brightness is not a problem at all. So this room can actually fit in a king size bed with a lot of wardrobe space and also a study table. And this will then be your storeroom. As Ethan has mentioned, the other side, if you want to have a bigger common bedroom or master bedroom, you can actually knock down the storeroom to combine them into a bigger bedrooms. Then you can keep this side as the storeroom itself. So this storeroom actually has very, very good space inside for you to actually store in all your family items. And with that, this particular idea that we have right here can actually be done on either side of the house itself, but what we will recommend will be to actually do the renovation over this portion of the house, as the other side of the house has already been very, very well renovated already. So with that, then we'll come and touch on to the next financial analysis and also the next investment plan that you can actually adopt. So imagine you are a business owner. By owning this particular flat, which is an adjoined unit 5-room, this will allow you to comfortably stay over there, which is technically a 3-room flat by nature. So your family can actually stay there as a residential area. Set this place up as your home-based business, either a bakery, a hairdressing or a beauty salon, and even a tuition kind of setup. So of course, this will then depend on the approval of the condition of use by the HDB home-based business policy. And by utilizing this space as a home-based business, you can then save up on your rental for your business in terms of your rental for a commercial unit out there. The next idea for family, for young family itself, you can actually use this as a pivot home idea. So what do you mean by pivot home idea? Is that actually you can own this place under one person's name, and one of you is the owner and the other is the essential occupier. And during the MOP period, you can actually rent out this portion of the house, having a 3K kind of rental right here. And with that 3K rental, you can actually cover your mortgage of 3.1 to 3.2K, and this will then allow you to offset your mortgages. So this will then literally means that you are actually staying over there for free. So after the 5 years MOP period, the essential occupier, you can either use his or her name to buy another private property. So this will then allow you to own two properties at the same time, and you can rent out the other side of the house, because for HDB, you can only rent out the whole unit after your MOP period. And with 3K kind of rental, this will amount to a 6K kind of rental rate that you'll be receiving. Taking in mind that the mortgage will be around 3.1 to 3.2K, you will have a surplus of 2+K, which can then fund your next private property. So imagine a private property of $1.8 million, taking the interest rate right now of 2.45% and a 30 years loan with a 75% LTV loan amount of 1.35 million. The mortgage for your private property will then be standing at 5,299, which is around $5,300 per month. And including the mortgage over here for this 5-room adjoined flat at $3,100 to $3,200, this will then amount to a total of $8,400 of mortgages, which then can be offset by your 6K rental right here. So essentially, you are paying $2,000 over to own a private property and also a HDB right here. And that's the reason why we say that this particular 5-room adjoined flat has so much potential for you to change it into an engine to allow you to increase your amount of cash flow at the same time owning two properties for your family. And since we are right here in the kitchen itself, so one of the things that we love most about this unit is that there is this single loading kind of layout. And this only comes with those type of long corridor kind of HDB flat, whereby every side of the house itself is only one unit. And this will grant you this particular open view right here in the kitchen, at the same time a very wide and open view in front of your corridor. And this allows great amount of wind flow and ventilation throughout the whole house. You don't even need to turn on your aircon and you'll feel very breezy across this whole space.
If you are a retired couple downgrading after the sale of your private property after the wait-out period. So example, if you find the current space too big and you don't mind a smaller space, and you just want to get by retirement years making use of your liquidated asset income to turn to a passive income, assuming you use full cash to buy off this property and you rent it out at 3K per month, that can easily get you 36K of annual rental, which equates to roughly about 3.5% yield. Now the first benefit is that this is better than fixed deposit rates, and you also get a home to stay in. This is fantastic for legacy too, which leads to the next benefit, because with 55 years lease left on the block, at 36K per year, this can potentially generate $2 million in rental income over the remaining lease of 55 years, creating a substantial legacy for your loved ones. In summary, this is a great rental option that you can acquire no matter for own stay, part stay, home business plans, or fully rented out after your MOP. Also perfect for retirement legacy purpose. So to recap, we are a 5-room adjoined unit, often known as a jumbo. We have a 4-bed, 4-bath setup standing at a 1464 square feet. And with some adjustments, we can make it a 6-bedroom combined with a yard and a helper and a utility room. We think this property is really rare and hard to come by in this day and age.
So if you like what you have seen so far and would like to arrange for a viewing, do give our listing managers a call. So do remember to hit the like and subscribe button on our bleubricks by PLB YouTube channel. We are also on social media platforms like YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and also Pili. My name is Seng Huat.
And I'm Ethan.
bleubricks by PLB, always happy to show you the place.
So we are here at this...
Stop here.
Which means that this property...
So do remember to hit the like and subscribe button on our bleubricks. So after the 5 years MO... Why am I being stuck here?